And I want to give clear warning to all politicians operating in this county. It does not matter which political side you are in. It doesn't matter whether you are an aspirant or you are holding office. If we find you making insightful statements against people and against communities, we will come for you, and we will come hard, and we will charge you for what it is. I know there are some people who are trying to intimidate judges, magistrates, so that they can give lighter bail terms and lighter sentences. I want to ask the judiciary and the Chief Justice to stand firm. I've seen my Law Society of Kenya leadership, and as a member, I totally disagree with those who want to make it lighter. They want to make it look cheap when we say that people who are banning courts, banning police stations, banning businesses with petrol bombs, stealing guns, banning houses for police officers, banning vehicles for county government and for individuals, banning supermarkets, looting people's businesses. All those people are properly defined in the Prevention of Terrorism Act of the Republic of Kenya. They are defined to be terrorists because they have committed acts of terror. And if we find them attempt to do so, even in this city, we are going to charge them for what it is. We want to make sure, and I want to tell the Law Society of Kenya not to always be on the side of the criminals. They must be on the side of Kenyans. They must be on the side of preventing crimes in this county, in this region, and the Republic. Because there is no point for the Law Society of Kenya to spend a lot of energy to try to reduce the bail terms for suspected criminals who have properly been arrested and located in the scene. You know, banning properties and banning police stations and banning courts. Those are terrorists that must have their day in court, and they must not get the assistance of any civilized person, let alone the Law Society of Kenya. I want to ask the courts not to be intimidated and to be partners with the National Police Service, to be partners with the security sector in trying to forestall a crisis in the country. The reason why we have had crisis in the past is because people watch characters with bad utterances, politicians planning goons, politicians paying for people to ban people's properties, and in the past, because of fear of political repercussions, they have taken a lighter step. I want any lawyer to look at me on the face and define for me that a person who has used a petrol bomb to ban a court or ban a police station or ban administrative offices or ban a supermarket or ban anybody's property or ban government vehicles, and tell me another definition that is far much better than the one we have given under the law of Porter, that is Prevention of Terrorism Act. And by the way, I was a member of parliament when we passed that act, you know, and I see some of these political actors are trying to play holier than thou kind of posture to the public. Does former Speaker of National Assembly J.B. Muturi forget that he passed this law by hook or crook? He was sitting there when this law was passed in National Assembly. People poured water on him, and he stood very firm that time and said, we must have a strong law, security laws, that will protect the people of Kenya and protect them against the rogue characters who are performing acts of terror. I want him to perhaps jog his memory and advise, now that he's the legal advisor of the organizers of the goons. I want him to advise them that he was the speaker that presided over the passing of that law. And I want him to come back to his senses as a proper good citizen that he was then when he passed the law that we are now applying. And we will apply it indiscriminatively. It doesn't matter whether you were a member of parliament like me that time or not. This is very important. One of the security concerns for us here is a few elements that are inciting members of public and inciting communities against each other. One of the things that I have told the security team is to be very firm with anybody who is making inciting remarks against any community or any person. We know that some of those people are political actors that don't come from Uasin Gishu, and they don't come from Rift Valley, but they try their best to create a wedge between communities in the hope that as a result of this wedge, they can try with their small minds, they think that by doing so, they paint a bad picture on the government, but more deeply is because they want to use human beings and they want to use communities to fight against each other so that they can make their political point. We are going to be ruthless against those political actors. Some of them attempted during the 25th June protest or attempted protest and the 7th of July. And they tried to bring goons from other counties, from Nakuru, from Laikipia, from Trans Nzoia, to come and try to cause chaos in this county. The security team are finalizing investigations, particularly on the financiers and the chief inciters in this county, and arrests will be done in good time. Some of those who are trying to finance attacks on properties and attempted attacks on properties will be properly charged for the crimes that they are trying to commit. We must get rid of all these drugs. We are here with NACADA. We are going to discuss in the meeting how best our chiefs and assistant chiefs are going to help us to get rid of hard drugs in this county. And I must say also in this situation, there are businessmen and women who are selling second generational alcohol and transporting from neighboring country, but also locally manufactured. Again, I have told the security team to complete the investigation files, and those actors must be charged. I have also asked political leaders to keep off intimidating and calling police officers and threatening them that they will be transferred. No police officer will be transferred under our watch. And those who have been victims of political actors here trying to harass police officers when they are doing enforcement on matters of second generation alcohol, drugs, and so forth, I want to say here outrightly that we will also come for you, because you are trying to interfere with police officers when they are carrying out lawful arrests and other lawful activities to prevent such kind of alcohol. So here in this county, in Nandi, in Elgeyo Marakwet, that is an issue of great concern to us in terms of generational alcohol. I want to appreciate the residents of this county. They have been very patient. They have the lowest administrative units. They are not even demanding sub-counties like others and so forth. They just want us to complete some divisions and some locations and sub-locations. I have good news for them that pursuant to the brief I've been given here, we are going to operationalize a number of administrative units that had already been gazetted, so that I am told the president has only, in one location, he has one chief and one sub-chief. So the location is manned by the chief and manned also by the assistant chief. I think this is one of the most patient presidents we have ever had, and very law abiding. But now that I'm here, I must make sure that people of Turbo also get fair share of proper administrative units that have been gazetted over time and not operationalized, and we will do so in the next 1 week. I saw the interview of the LSK president, and I was surprised that she was arrogating herself the position of a judge. We have presented the evidence to court. How did she assess that it was not watertight? And how did she assess that he did not miss the threshold? That is a court process, you know. And there is no court that admits a charge sheet that is defective, you know. There must be a prima facie evidence that shows clearly that there was burning of courts, there was burning of shops, there was cases of stealing of guns, and so defines clearly the acts of terrorism in the Prevention of Terrorism Act. It's very clear. It's even in black and white. As long as you're committing acts that are intended to create fear, destroy property, burn. They have they are instilling fear to the population and so forth. And the law is very clear on those issues. The thing is, I want to ask the LSK to concentrate on pushing for rule of law. And that rule of law includes taking suspects to court. Once they go to court, the president can either turn herself to become a defense counsel and therefore speak on behalf of the defense, but she can also speak on behalf of the people of Kenya who are suffering. I'm yet to hear LSK speak about the courts that were banned, the police stations that were banned, to speak about the vehicles that were banned, to speak about supermarkets that were looted and banned using petrol bombs. I want her to appreciate that she's not speaking for criminals only and suspects. She should speak for the people of Kenya. She should also speak for the peaceful protesters, whose peaceful protest has been disrupted by these same criminals we have arrested. I thought the LSK will be celebrating with the police that thank you very much because you are punishing these criminals that are infiltrating process so that in future we have peaceful protests. Instead, what do? They want to secure these criminals to be free so that when the next protest happens, they will be in the streets assisting other criminals to interfere with peaceful protests, which is counterproductive. Any person who is pursuing peace should hold hands with the National Police Service and the security chiefs to get rid of these criminals so that in future then we will have peaceful protests in the country that are purpose-driven, not burning of properties. I want to tell Madam President, my former good student, that on this one she is damn wrong. Yeah, she is actually on the wrong side of history. She needs to quickly salvage her reputation by siding with criminals and terrorists and trying to defend them. And I want to tell also the opposition they are very damn wrong on this one. They should be the first ones to help us make sure that all these organizers of criminal activities are dealt with so that them, being in the opposition or any other citizen of Kenya, can now organize peaceful protests.